Hello everybody out there in keyboard land, Bad Mark here with a quick unboxing of the Ducky One 3 SF Yellow. We have got the yellow variant of the 65% version of the new 1.3, which was recently released. I don't know exactly the date. I meant to check that, but I didn't. I'll put it down in the comments. But anyway, this is my first actual Ducky board, except for if you would count this one. This is a disco that I bought back in 2015 that has a Ducky board inside of it. I mean, not that only Ducky boards have these, but a lot of Ducky boards do, or all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, this is my first, so correct me if I'm wrong, please. But this was actually, yes, air blue switches. Reason it has no keycaps and it has a USB-C daughter card on here is because there's a project that I will get to one day. But I did use, I mean, it's dirty inside of the switches. I used this keyboard straight since from 2015 to about, I want to say 2019, for at least 4, maybe even 5 years straight. I used this keyboard and enjoyed it quite thoroughly. As well as the lights and everything about it. It's a sturdy keyboard, and like I said, I'm going to give it a refreshing, upgraded to a USB-C port, decent foaming inside of it. I'm obviously the RGBs. That's going to be be interesting. It'll be an interesting project. But anyway, we're not here for this one. I just wanted to show that truly, technically, because this disco, just real quick, it was a collaboration between mechanicalkeyboards.com and Ducky, from what I've read. If I'm wrong, correct me. But this comes from Mechanical Keyboards. Thank you, mechanicalkeyboards.com. Great site, great choices, lots of stock. I recommend them thoroughly. I trust them. They are a good company to deal with. So here we've got, sorry. Out of the way. So here we've got the Ducky 1.3. Let's take a look at the box. It's a decent box. Has a serial number, has a color, and it comes with Cherry. I got the Cherry Blacks, so the Cherry RGB Black. So here we go, Ducky. Yep, risk of suffocation. We know that. Let's go ahead and take this puppy out of the bag. All right. First off, we see we have a dust cover. Now, I mean, this is such a simple and manufacturing-wise cheap thing. I mean, in bulk, this is pennies. But I think all keyboards should have this. I mean, you may not use it permanently, but just to be able to at least, you know, hey, I'm going to store the board, or I'm in an area that gets a lot of airflow, so it gets real dusty. I want to put this on there on the weekends or overnight, whatever. This is great, and all keyboards should include that. Sorry, but that's how I feel. So we've got the board. Wow. It's yellow, guys. It is definitely yellow. It is, but it's also super cool. Yellow is not one of my, I'd say, favorite colors, or even a color I pick personally, but that's why I wanted to kind of go a little different. So, you know, why not? Hey, there's the pin switch, the switches that, like I said, I believe all Ducky boards have, and even the sticker is kind of almost similar. I mean, it's a shiny, almost the same size. Obviously, this one says Disco, and it says mechanicalkeyboards.com, made in Taiwan. And where is Ducky from? Taiwan. So, well, anyway, just not necessarily a mystery. So, okay, yeah, this is it's got the front printouts for the function keys. So you got your arrows, you got your function row, and this is really, I mean, I guess it's 65%. That's what this would be called. There are a couple different variations on this, but you got your page up, your page down, and your delete over here, and your arrow keys. So besides a 60%, you know, that's what you've got extra. So if that counts as a 65%. And it does have the 2 sets of feet. So you got for the higher angle that I believe it's around 6, and the lower angle that I believe is around 3. Don't quote me on that. And of course, just a padded lens if you want to put it down just on your desk or your mat. So, and interesting choice for the, I don't know if you can make out the legend, but the legend is actually red for the enter key, and it's white. So that's an interesting choice. Now, there's a couple of keycap sets that I already own that I could see on here that I think would look very, very nice. I think the contrast of the yellow body with the keycap sets that I'm thinking of. But we will do some modding. We'll open her up later on. Right now, this is just an unboxing and a quick sound check of a stock Ducky Mini 1.3. Moving some stuff out of the way. Okay, so we've got our user manual, and it comes in, I assume that's Chinese, as well as English. Warranty confirmation, the policy, repairment policy, basic instructions. We've got the Mini SF, so it's 65%. All right. A switch lighting mode and the LED customization mode, and basic function. All right. So locking and enabling disabling the Windows key function, macro functions. All right. So that's basically you're switching from Windows to Mac kind of stuff. We've got not one but 2 Ducky stickers. It's funny, I don't have it. I didn't bring it in here with me, did I? They also included a keychain, which is it's really cute. But my wife couldn't make out the Ducky in there, so it's just, I thought it was funny. But actually, it's 3 stickers. The top one, and then the bottom one's just a logo, and the middle one's just a logo. The bottom one's the actual logo with the logo type. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and they've got their talking about their Ducky mechanics. I don't know. I just find that funny. Linear actuation, tactile actuation, the switch. Basically, just a diagram of the switch. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So far, the packaging is really well done. Whoa! Now, let's see. We got a lot in here. Usually, it's just a couple of things. All right. We've got a nice. Let's see. Open her up. Yellow. Ooh, she's nice braided. I mean, I know she doesn't have the aviator. Oh no, it doesn't have an aviator connector. This is a nice cable, well built, ain't gonna give you no trouble, and I like that it matches. I mean, it's the exact same yellow. What else do we got here? Oh, we got some highlight keys, so we can go with, I mean, obviously the standard yellow to match here. We've got a round Ducky, and we've got the arrows in white and red. I don't know where white and red comes in with the yellow and white. I don't know. Like a blue, a black, almost any other color I could see, but white and red with the yellow and white? I don't know. Am I missing something? Maybe. I mean, come on. Guys, comment. Let me know. I'm just trying to understand. I mean, is this following a particular pattern, or is this something they created? I don't know. I'm interested though. I'm curious. So those are some cool keys, which we'll switch out later on. Like I said, when we mod, we've also got, this is a little bit different. The switch puller. Oh, I haven't gotten one like this before, but I like it. It's nice and flat, and although I did recently, and of course I don't have that one in here either, though I should. Oh no, I do. Here it is, right here. I recently got this switch puller, and I gotta say, it's a Gatoron switch puller. It's it's just the best switch puller. You put it over the caps. I'll show you here in a second when we go ahead and pull one of these caps out. But I really dig these because I could see you just squeezing onto the keycap and pulling straight out. It's because I mean it's a simple motion. It doesn't have, see, those edges are just enough. It's not focusing. Just enough to clip. I mean, because you really don't need to get in that deep, and I think when they get a little bit longer, like they are on, your average switch puller, they can start, especially when you're dealing with the metal plate or even a poly plate, you can end up scratching it. You don't want to do that. So I think this is going to be much better. That's a nice. I mean, and it's simple. Hey, keeping it simple, right? So this is going to be cap puller I will be using here from now on. Give it a try. And then we have your regular keycap puller. Why this one's in a clear Ziploc baggie and the other we're in the sticky frosted bags is beyond me. But who am I to question? Ducky has been around for a while, since at least 2015, and everyone seems to talk good about them. Like I said, I didn't have any issue with my disco board. So this is a nice, keycap. Your standard metal. Don't use plastic because plastic can scratch. This is the keycap puller to use if you're just pulling your keys off. Always the metal ones. These are the best, and I like that it's a little bit shorter. The longer ones, people try to stack 3 at a time. Yeah, you got to be in a hurry about everything. So far, I like everything about the packaging. Put some of this stuff back in here because you don't want it to go by the wayside. Put the manual and the stickers in here. So I'm going to keep the manual out. We'll play with the RGB for a second and just give it a shot. But I mean, yes, I prefer a keyboard that has RGB LED, but for the most part, I just set it to a single color. Usually a color that contrasts or matches or goes well with whatever keycap set I'm using, or just whatever way I'm feeling that day. So anyway, these have the Cherry Black, so we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Looks like. Yeah, that does say cherry, but it's a clear. Oh, it did say RGB, so that's why it's a clear. So, I'm gonna go ahead and look at. I don't know if you haven't seen this. For some reason, it's not in stock in too many places. Then I got lucky. But if you do a lot of switch pulling, this is gonna save you some time. You see how it's got both little edges there. So you're basically just gonna line it up with the switch. Obviously, you wanna just do your best to capture the switch inside of it, kind of covering it there. So basically you're going over the switch and you just push down. Oh. So I'm trying to do this while I show it to you, and it's hard. But once you grab, oh, I didn't get a hold of the switch there. See, you click, click. So then you pull straight up. And I mean, you don't even have to use any force at all. And the switch just comes up so nice and so easy. And then you use the button. I mean, it's obviously not your regular switch inside of there. It requires a lot more force to push. But that releases that spring, that lock, and ejects the switch for you. I did a test and I was able to do a keyboard at 60% in just under 3 minutes. Pull all the key switches off. And I wasn't like speeding. I was taking my time and making sure not to cause any damage, but much quicker. I mean, it's just a time saver. So for what goes around, I think I've seen it for as low as 15 and as high as like 30 or 40. But if time is worth it to you, get one of these. Again, none of these products, not sponsored by anybody. All right, I just want to put this out there. I want to be a consumer talking to other consumers that enjoy this hobby. And I by no means will ever say I know anything or everything there is to know about keyboards. I'm just touching the surface. So if I ever say anything that's incorrect, please let me know. I'll correct myself. I don't know everything. So anyway, we've got these. These are my first hand, actually, except for the key ring that came with it that I think my wife stole because she liked it a lot. It had actually one of the black cherry ones, but there's a whole story behind that, and I'm not going to get into that now because we could probably spend a lot of time talking about that. But it's funny how it's almost like the one that's got the 4 pins going all the way across, but it's got a little square spot because it's got an SMD LED underneath there. Obviously, well, that's odd. So they give us 3-pin switches, but the board is compatible with the PCB mount. I don't know if you can see the complete, but you can put a 5-pin switch in there without any issue. And looks like Oh wow, it's the first time I've seen that happen. I think I may have scratched the board. So just a word of warning. I mean, you can see a tiny little scratch. Yep, that's me. It had to be me when I did the switch. I was wiggling it a lot trying to get into the camera. So not blaming you guys. This is all on me. But just so you know, you have to be careful with any switch puller, as well as putting in switches. I mean, if you're using anything more than two, I mean, how much force would I say? I mean, a pound of force, I guess. I mean, if it feels 4 times stronger than the strongest spin you've used, you're going closer into pound range, and that's just too much. Or you could also have it plugged in and make sure it's in the legs. But basically, it should just slide in, like that one just did. Otherwise, you're putting pressure on the hot swap socket, and they're only being held there by solder. And I know that people think that solder is a strong bond, but it truly is not. It really, really is not. So, but like I said, this is from my experience. Anyway, so this is the board. Well, I am at an angle that I don't usually type at. This is what I use for filming. This is my workbench, actually, where I actually do the majority of the work on my keyboards. So, why don't we, just for shits and giggles, go ahead and put in the, because, I don't know, it's, like I said, it's kind of just bugging me. I feel like it's an inside joke that I'm not a part of. I know it sounds silly. Not like personally, not that way. Just like, why is the red and the white with the red legend, why is that keycap on there by standard? Is it something? Is there something behind that? Is this a color match that is matching a product, an idea, a concept, something? I'd just like to know. I'd like to be let in on the, I'd like to know. I don't know. I am a seeker of knowledge, and whatever it is. Oh, for some reason I was like, what? Yellow switches? No, it's yellow stabilizers. Silly. But I'm just the type of person that likes to know what it means. And I thirst for knowledge. There's obviously not enough knowledge around to keep any human busy. We're creating billions of megabytes, gigabytes of data per day, hell, per hour. All right, so now we've got the full yellow keys. I've gone ahead and put the high keys on here. And I'm going to bring down my trusty little microphone. It's not the best one in the world, but it does the trick. So I'm going to go ahead and do just a quick sound test now. These, like I said, these are the blacks. I do not believe they come lubed. I didn't open one up. I'm not doing a full review on this yet. I just wanted to do a quick, probably one of the last videos I'll do before taking a break for the holidays to spend time with the family. And I've got a birthday tomorrow too. So yeah, I've got a birthday on Christmas Eve, which is always adds to the festivities and makes for lots of fun. And I'm not saying that sarcastically, it actually is. It makes for a lot of fun. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and do a quick type test. I know I'm not plugged in. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but obviously it's not as loud as most of your boards, but I've gotten some, I gotta be honest, I've gotten some Royal Clutch boards that sound about the same as these out of the box. There's a little bit of scratchiness. I didn't get much of a ding at all, but I can I'll guesstimate. Yeah. There's definitely some hollowness in there. Now, this is not, I don't know if they have a Bluetooth version of this, but there's definitely a good amount of hollow space in there. And I'm gonna, I don't know, like I said, I'm not gonna check it out now. I don't want to open the switch and get into all that. But I feel scratchiness, so I'm gonna assume that the switches did not come pre-lubed. So I believe that there's some mods that we can do to this that'll make it sound much better. But out of the box, it's decent. Like if I had to, in a pinch, say, hey, can you use this board? I need you to, just launch me a quick website and, set this up, connect it up with this service and that service. I mean, if I had to, I could do it. I mean, it has all the keys that I need. I need insert. I need delete. I need the function keys. Obviously, I don't need the RGB, but let's go ahead and check that out. There's USB cable right here. Oop. Yeah, I know it's not the yellow one. Oop, don't drop my phone. Let's see, and we are on the side of here. So, whoa, those are pretty strong RGBs. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is very strong. Now, granted, there is a lot of space, more space than I'm used to. I mean, that's a... So, I'm connected in a hub, and the hub where my camera is connected was the same hub that I plugged this into, and for some reason my camera froze. My microphone was still capturing, and it took me a few seconds to notice that that was happening, but everything seems to be working now. It is a cheap little hub, so I don't think it's the keyboard. I think it probably just drew too much, and the camera said, hey, I ain't got enough, and it stopped, and it locked up, and now everything's fine. So anyway, like I was saying, there's not a lot of space, but like I said, if this keyboard, if I had to, if somebody handed it to me, I wouldn't be like, screw you, I can't do it. Obviously, if I had the choice between this and a membrane, I'd use this. Stock experience out of the box, it's great, but it has a lot of possibilities for modifications, and I look forward to modifying it. But I also, I don't know, I think my son might actually like it. So I may just modify it enough to make it good, keep the keycaps as they are, and just make it sound much better with the switches that it has, and give it to him as a gift. He currently only has a Keychron board. I think it's let's say it's the K4. Oh, I can't remember the different ones. He has the compact, the 1800 compact. But he likes those colors. So I don't know, but I will mod it and I will tape that. But like I said, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing of the Ducky One 3SF, which is a 65% ABS case. I do believe it has, I want to say it's aluminum or steel plate. It doesn't say on the box. That's the thing. It's funny because their website, it's although they're a Taiwanese company, the language that they use, I just find it entertaining. The way they try to do marketing terms, but they're using words in a way that might work in their language, but just doesn't translate properly, and it's just I don't know. I just find it entertaining. But anyway, this was my first Ducky. Out of the box, I like it. I would give this I'd say a 4 out of 5 stars. Actually, no, 4.5. It includes extra keys. I'm kind of bugged about the the different colors, but like I said, it's probably just a design choice, and somebody was like, oh, it'll screw with somebody. I don't know. But out of the box, it is a decent board. It is something that I could use. I guess the only pros to it, or the only cons to it, I would say, are that it's yellow, that it has some hollowness out of the, I mean, it wouldn't have cost them much to put something, even just some foam, to, fill it in a little bit better. And perhaps even just, O-rings or lube switches, or, we'll see the stabilizers and see how good they are in a more in-depth and modding video. But just a few little things, but overall, it's It's a little bit pricier than what you pay for a Royal Clutch, but you get a better design. I mean, I do like the design. I like the profile. I like how the board is built. I'm interested to look to see what it's like inside. And I mean, and the packaging. I mean, the packaging and the extra keys and everything that you get that comes with it, I think it's a plus. Um, so like I said, I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's my rating on it. That's just my quick review. Bad Mark signing out, wishing everybody a happy holiday, hoping everybody has a joyous time with their family, with their loved ones, and all those they care about. So be well, everyone out there.